Welcome to Deep Thought. Be careful with hard selling your services. I'm going to tell you something that it irks me personally. When somebody hits me up and they offer some type of service or they're like, hey, I can get you out there more and what they can do for you and all of that. And they push it harder than they should. Like if they hit me one time with it, I'll just say, no, thank you, I'm not interested. If they hit you again, well, I can give you this and that. I'm like, okay, I'm annoyed. I already told you no. Because a lot of people get, they so pressed for business, they go too hard, too hard. Now, yes, there's nothing wrong with generally, letting people know what you got, but it's how you do it. It's very important how you do it. You can't do it in a way to annoy them. First of all, you don't know what they have. They could have something in-house. They could have somebody already to do something. And one of the things, you don't know how much money that business have. They might not have money for it. Just period. Because we all know you're not offering your services for free. At best you might offer it for a discount. You might offer them a one-time thing to let them see it. But let's be real. You ultimately want money. Everybody can't afford that. And plus, in this day and age, a lot of people, especially if it's social media, a lot of people can figure out how to do stuff for themselves. Seriously, that's one thing about these days. It's hard to market for somebody or offer services, especially something that they can do themselves. I'm just being real with you. Now, you still want to get your stuff out there. This is how I would suggest you do it. First, you create a website. And you offer your services. And offer your services just on a soft way, not a hard like, well, I'll do this for you or try to force it or anything. Because that's the problem. You hard selling if you're trying to force it. It's like I give you an example. When I worked, last gym I worked at, we had this new salesperson, this new sales manager. And one thing I noticed about him, he really will push sales. I remember he was trying to sell something to this one guy, and the guy gave me a look. Like, he had a very reluctant look on it. He wasn't feeling it. And he ended up signing up, but then he canceled his membership the very next day. And I'm like, okay, this is supposed to be some great sales manager. And the dude ended up getting fired anyway. In a few months down the road, he ended up getting fired. Because I'm thinking about it, because one of the things I did when I was selling the gym, I didn't push it hard. I say, okay, I show them around, say this is what we got. This is the services. This is how much it'll be. Are you interested? And usually if they say, well, I'll think about it, I say, okay, well, here's a card. Just contact me if you want to sign up. I didn't push it hard. But most of the time they would just sign up. And some people even say, hey, you didn't try to force it. See, you don't want to force your services. See, understand something. If you have a service, if you're smart, you're doing something that people need. You don't necessarily have to push it that hard. You don't have to push it to people. The biggest thing you need to do is let people know it just exists. And have a good look if they check it out. Like you want to get on IG, some social media, hey, you can use YouTube or something. Let people know you have it. Have it a good look. If you can find a couple people who had your services and have some legitimate testimony, have that. But that's the thing. Like I had a young friend of mine, the one who, like the logos I use on my Sunday videos. I know it says RW or Rom Wills and like primarily black and red colors. It was a young lady friend of mine and totally platonic. She's one of the sweetest people. And she didn't even push it. She just said she was doing it. And I had an idea about her skill. So I said, okay. In fact, she was damn near giving it to me for free. I had to offer her more money. But she was cool with it. But the thing is, she didn't push it. She didn't push it. She didn't hard sell it. All she did was just let me know that's what she did. And she ain't even saying that wasn't even like directly to me. Now, you still want to let people know what you want to do. Like if you can go to like an expo or a trade show or, you have depending on what you're doing, find places to have a good flyer, poster, something like that. Hit people up. Don't find people. Like one of the things you don't want to do, don't find people. Like if you do anything social media related, don't hit up random people and say, hey, I can do this for you and all of that. They might not want it. Sometimes they get annoyed because let's just be real. A lot of times most people on social media can do their own stuff. Most. So that's one. But you don't know what that person got. Now, if you like let people know you there, have some people let people know you, that you there, you can perform a certain service, like some really good advertising, like, ads on different social media platforms and everything. You just let them know you there and be ready. They'll come to you. And then here's the thing too. If you provide a good service or even great service for somebody, that actually takes care of your advertising right there. Because people will recommend you. That's actually, I'm going to tell you what, I think I've talked about that before. That's one of the best ways to get your stuff out. Like when my book, Nice Guys and Players, first came out, I ain't spent one penny on marketing or advertising. Not one penny. Not one penny. It was pure word of mouth. Pure word of mouth. And I still do that, even with what I do now. Y'all notice I don't say like, share, and subscribe on my videos. Because my thing is, if you like it, you'll like it. If you want to share, you'll share it. If you want to subscribe, you subscribe. I don't hard push anything. Even like the money making stuff now, I'll throw out every now and then. I got a book or something, but you notice I'll throw it out. But it's very rare. I say, oh yeah, check it out. Like the closest I come to it, even then, like Patreon, I'll say, hey, I talk about better stuff, but I don't always say. It's very, very, very rare. I'm trying to think. I don't really say like, oh yeah, you got to go there. I just tell you it's there and what I talk about. But I'm not hard selling it. Because the thing with hard selling, trying to hard sell something, you actually annoy a potential buyer. You annoy them because if a person needs something, you don't have to sell them. In fact, like I told you I did gym sales, health club sales. Sometimes people are more technical about it. I already knew if they stepped foot in there, they already had an interest. Only exception was one woman who was kind of scouting in different stuff, probably for another health club. But I already knew it, so I was like, I didn't have to go hard. All you had to do is just make them comfortable. You don't have to hard sell. It's like, hey, you got a lot of people who do that. Like, you go in a car place. I remember I went in a car. I had already bought a car from them. I brought it back a few months later just for regular maintenance. While they were fixing it, I'm just walking around in the, showroom looking at cars. They going hard trying to sell me another one. I say, I just bought this one. Needs to say I stopped going back there because I say, y'all can't do it. I'll just take it someplace else to get it, like, looked at. So, but you got to be careful with it. You want to put the information out, but you want to be careful. You don't want to annoy somebody in putting it out. Just let them know where they can find you. Let them know where they can find you. And then they'll come to you, And even if you're giving out brochures or something, just really, be careful how you do it. Don't make them think, oh, yeah, you're going to make it so great, particularly for them, because they don't know. Just say, hey, this is what I do. And see, here's the thing. You kind of do it in a calm and cool way. Even if they don't necessarily want your services, they'll be like, oh, this is a good person. Hold up. Let me let somebody know. Word of mouth. Boom. All right. So anyway, y'all know the deal. Let's go make that money.